Hello guys, I'm Mutiara and in this video I will tell you about a short story. The title is A Mistake and the story written by Guy de Maupassant. This story tells of a letter bearer. His name is Bonnie Calf. Bonnie Calf is a letter carrier in the Fairfield area who is experiencing misfortune. His misfortune was to cover a great distance of more than 20 miles on his long journey. He thought that he could go home late because the route was not too far, but he had to go home at night. Distribution is not too easy, that's what he thought in his mind. He passed Sandemer Street to begin his work. This incident was in June in summer. Bonnie Calf likes to distribute his printed material and his paper in the village of Sandemer. Then he goes across the field with paper to tax collectors who live in remote, educated homes a quarter mile from the village. He was a new collector. His name is Mr. Chapetis, arrived but a week earlier and was recently married. Bonnie Calf took a paper. He intended to see it before sending it to its destination. Then he read the content. The day was very pleasant for him because he was very interested in reading the story of the crime that was executed in the gamekeeper's hut. He was enthusiastic and touched by the story. After that, in his brain, filled with events that he read. Furthermore, he continued his work because he must deliver a letter to Mr. Chapetis. When he approached the house, he found the door and window was locked. Seeing the condition of the closed house made suspicion a noise in his mind. Suddenly, he heard a groan coming from the house. He was scared. Then he heard a noise and even cries as he put his ear to the wall of the house. He considers it purely a crime like what he just read on paper. After that, he ran to police station. Arriving at the police station, he met Brigadier and told the incident to the police. Brigadier and one other policeman looked confused and shocked about what Bonnie Calf told. The policeman asked Bonnie Calf why he didn't try to help, and then the Bonnie Calf answered if he was scared. Brigadier and his subordinates began to laugh. Bonnie Calf experienced illusions after reading a paper about a cruel crime of murder, so that he carried away the atmosphere of he read. He was confused and ashamed. He went across the field while the two policemen were still laughing and calling him back. several elements of prose in this story. First, language and style. In the A Mistake story, the language and style used is formal and standard language. And also, in story, many use connotation words. So, the reader is expected to understand the situation and how to writer feel. The second is irony. In the A Mistake story, the irony contained in the story is dramatic irony. This part can be seen when Boniquet thought the murder had taken place, but when he arrived at the police station, the police laughed at Boniquet's story. Theme of this story is illusion and mistakes due to reading murder news. Types of character. First, Boniquet. Boniquet is a kind letter carrier, but he is careless after reading murder stories. The second is Mr. Chico. He is a farmer who works lazily. And the last is Brigadier. Brigadier is a police officer who is thorough and wise in responding to complaints from the public. And setting is the scan is set in Fairfield area filled with field. It happened in June in the summer, and the situation is strained. About point of view, the point of view used in the stories is the third point of view. There are two symbols in the story. First, it was June, the month of vendor and flower. The meaning of this sentence is summer season in June. And the last, his head moving along above the feathery waves seemed to float upon a calm and verdant sea, which a light breeze caused to undulate gently. The meaning of the sentence is he crossed through by path, which was a field of miller, oats, and wheat. Okay guys, I think that's all about the stories with title A Mistake by Guy Maupassant. For my mistake,